Hi, this is OO Living, and I want to welcome you to our latest podcast from God-Centered Christianity, Advice from Living. Over the past 3 years, God-Centered Christianity has helped thousands of Christians around the world to find God, truth, and happiness. And one of the ways we have done this is through podcasting. We already have a podcast called The Pilgrim, which is currently being listened to in about 17 nations. The question you'll be asking now is, why this new podcast? Well, the simple answer is that we aim through this podcast to show you that the Bible is relevant for your everyday life. Advice from Living started as a series of articles I wrote at God-Centered Christianity, and I wrote up to 171 articles under this series. My dream then, when I started writing these articles, was to make this series a podcast. In fact, the whole idea was actually a podcast, but based on the equipment that we had then, and we just decided that we'll just make it an article series rather than a podcast. But God, in His faithfulness, has provided means for us to make this as a podcast. So deep inside of me, as of then, I know that many of you have thousands of questions you want faithful biblical answers to. You go through life and you feel that the Bible isn't relevant for your day-to-day decisions. Questions like, what does the Bible say about what we should do about this or that? What should I do and in this situation or that situation? How should I handle this or that? These are the questions some of you have asked, and that was the premise with which I was writing Advice from Living. Well, the premise hasn't changed. I want to answer your questions and give you advice concerning what to do from the Bible. That is what this new podcast is about. I'll be answering questions and giving advice on different aspects of life as God gives me wisdom to answer them. So my prayer and hope for this new podcast is that it becomes a means of truth and direction for your life and ministry. I pray that God uses it to bless you while you listen and share it with those who may also find it helpful.